Hey, George, tell me a little bit about what you do here and what happened Saturday night.
So just to give you a rundown, I'm the general sales manager at this store, and we've obviously got a passion here for performance vehicles. We do sell quite a few of them all over the country. With selling performance vehicles, you've got a lot of guys that want to get their hands on those vehicles, and so we are fully prepared to defend these vehicles and keep them safe and in our possession. But as you can see, the start and finish of what resulted on Sunday morning just last week, we had some gentlemen who had broke in. It took them quite some time to break through the security glass and get into the building before they realized that there's security systems in the building as well as outside, and the police were hot on their trail. This is the start and finish of the damage that we incurred. Something I would hope that they would listen to today is it's not a place worth breaking into, aside from it being difficult to get in the building. And one, you'll never get the keys. They're completely secured in an off-site location. On top of that, all the vehicles here are disabled. So even if you had the keys, even if you're able to program a key, the cars are disabled. They don't have components in them to run. So you would have to have somebody bring pieces and components to reinstall to the car to then make the car even move. And those are parts that can't be disclosed because obviously you don't need to know which ones they are. However, they're basically bricks here. And so I would just encourage anybody to know that we are fully prepared to keep these cars safe. And you would have to have 100,000 parts to come with you to build one of these cars to make it run, because you don't know what all pieces have been removed, but they are disabled and they can't move without several hours of reinstalling parts. So obviously in that amount of time, the local law enforcement would be here and they'd be arresting you by the time you got the vehicle to run. So please save yourself the cuts and the wounds of breaking these windows, because even when you get in the building, you're not going to be able to get the vehicle to run. Maybe go try somewhere else, but Bill Harris is not the place to attempt it because we are fully prepared.
I sense a little frustration on replacing all these windows.
Yeah, we like to keep local businesses in business, but we like to do it a little bit on a more normal form of business.
Right.
The glass company probably appreciates us calling them to replace these windows, but again, it's not worth them incurring the damages that they're going to incur trying to break the glass, because what they're looking for isn't even inside this building. And so we just hope that maybe they'll, go about this a different way to find the vehicle that they want, maybe a more legal way where they can actually own it and not look over their shoulder every time they're driving a vehicle like this through town.
So tell me, George, this is what they're after.
A little bit of this, but more so, this is what they're really after. So it's when a vehicle has this under the hood, that is typically what our customers are wanting, and also the thieves that continue to try to break in and go after them. They want these because they have over 700 horsepower, because it can take a vehicle like this and make it go 190 miles an hour, which will outrun any German vehicle. It'll outrun a police car. It'll outrun, even a helicopter in some cases. And they've got a way, they think, to get these keys from a dealership, get in these vehicles, and they'll drive them right out that front door if they can find the keys to them. But as you can see, the break-in, we didn't get anything stolen. They get in here and realize that we're prepared for them and that we know what to do to stop them from getting these vehicles. So we understand why they want them. We just wish they would submit an internet lead like everybody else and come get a loan and buy it.
Yeah, and this is actually getting pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, it's we've been in business for 40 plus years, and we've seen it more in the last 5 years than we have the other 35 combined.
Right.
And this store specifically, we have some pretty hot inventory. We have a lot of performance vehicles, and that's what they go for.
You got what the people want, so therefore that's what the bad guys want.
The bad guys want what the consumers want too, and we seem to have the most of it. They think that we're in a small town, so we're not prepared until they get here and realize that there's several things in place to prevent them from actually getting their hands on this unless we want them to.